For over 80 years, the United States universities, like Harvard, have been the bedrock of our scientific breakthroughs, economic growth, and national defense. In this video, we are going to discover why cutting federal research funding now, especially as technological competition heats up, will be a high-stakes gamble with no plan B, and why keeping this vital engine intact is more crucial than ever. And there's this question we ask ourselves: is the United States willing to pay such a high price on the national and global stage? I want you to stay with me during this so we can all fully understand what exactly is at stake here as we start right now. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone, and welcome to our discussion today. My name is Rafael, your host and founder of the Moving On podcast show. We are about to dive into a topic that is absolutely critical for the future of our nation. That's right. Our economy and our standing in the world. Now, it's about something deeply ingrained in the fabric of American progress, the funding of scientific research at our universities, with a particular focus on institutions like Harvard. Now, I know sometimes discussions around universities and funding can get complex. But I tell you this, I promise you this, to keep this clear, concise, and focus on the undeniable facts of why this is so vital. We're talking about our country's brain power. Let's not forget that. Our innovation engine, can't forget that. And our ability to compete on the global stage. That's very important. Now, for over 80 years, the United States has relied on a foundational decision to make its leading universities like Harvard the primary base for groundbreaking scientific research, as most of you know that by now, especially the students. This wasn't a casual choice. It was a strategic, forward-thinking policy, I would say, largely born out of the lessons learned during World War II. Visionaries at the time, they understood that to maintain national security, economic prosperity, and global leadership, America needed a robust, independent, and continuously innovating scientific research sector. That's right. And the best place to foster that, our universities. Now, why universities? It's a good question, right? Because they offer a unique combination of elements. They bring together brilliant minds, professors, researchers, and students from diverse backgrounds. That's right, from diverse backgrounds. They are, and we all know that there are places of intellectual freedom where curiosity drives discovery. They are also training grounds. Because I tell you what, guys, educating the next generation of scientists, engineers, and innovators who will continue this vital work, it's very essential. Now, this dual mission of creating new knowledge and educating future generations is a distinct strength of the United States University. as it is Harvard. Harvard, as one of our nation's oldest and most prestigious institutions, has been a significant part of this ecosystem for many years, for decades. While it is a private university, as most of us know that, a substantial portion of its research funding comes from federal sources. For some schools within Harvard, almost 70%, and this is accurate, 70% of their sponsored researchers' funding comes from federal agencies. Now, this federal money supports research in everything from medicine and public health to engineering and applied sciences. How about that? Think about it. Groundbreaking discoveries in disease cures, very important for our next generation. Next generation technologies, advancements in artificial intelligence, robotics, and even critical defense technologies. See, many of these have their roots in university labs, often supported by federal grants. But I would say consider the immense return on investment federal dollars spent on university research. Don't just disappear. They don't disappear. There's an immense discoveries and contribution. They ripple through our economy. When a university receives a research grant, it hires scientists, technicians, and support staff. It also purchases specialized equipment and supplies from American businesses. So what is this telling you? What is this telling us? It generates economic activity in local communities and across the country. In fact, let me tell you, studies have shown that every dollar invested by agencies like the National Institutes of Health, which stands for NIH, in research funding, can and will most likely generate more than double that amount in economic activity. Now, this is not just a theory, people. It is a proven economic engine, creating jobs, supporting businesses, and fostering industries. Now, let's talk about the big picture here. We are living in a time of unprecedented technological competition, people. China, for instance, has made massive investments in its own scientific and technological capabilities. We all know that, most of us know that about China. They are rapidly advancing in critical areas like artificial intelligence, 5G networks, semiconductors, and biotechnology. And their approach is focused on practical applications, turning scientific insights into a commercial and impactful technologies. And this isn't just a threat that we can afford to take lightly. We can't. We know that. The United States has long been a leader in scientific and technological innovation, largely due to this consistent investment in our university or our universities' research base. Now, if we were to suddenly defund or drastically cut support or for this research, especially at institutions that are major players in the scientific landscape, what would be the consequences? It's a question most of us, we might ask ourselves at the moment. First, we risk losing our competitive edge. The flow of new discoveries, new patents, and new industries will kind of slow, and this will directly impact our ability to develop cutting-edge technologies, crucial for our economic growth, people, and national security. Now imagine delaying cures for diseases, falling behind in the development of clean energy. How about that one? Solutions, or losing our lead in advanced computing. The price will be paid in jobs, in economic staggering, and a diminished global standing in second. We risk a brain drain. A brain drain, people. Our universities attract some of the brighter minds from around the world. Now these talents, or these talented individuals, come here to learn, to research, and to contribute to our scientific progress. If the funding dries up, if the opportunities for cutting-edge research diminish, these brilliant minds will simply go, let me tell you, once again, I'm going to repeat this again, these minds will simply go elsewhere, to countries that they are willing to invest in their talent. Now this will be a self-inflicted wound, depriving our nation of the very intellectual capital we need to thrive. Third, we will understand, or we will not undermine our national security, people. Much of the basics research funded at universities right now, while not directly military, has long-term applications for defense. Think about it. From advanced materials to cybersecurity, the innovations born in university labs ultimately strengthen our military capabilities and protect our nation. These connections will leave us vulnerable. That's right. Now, I understand that the concerns of many millions of Americans about university administrations and other issues that might arise. And it is true, don't get me wrong. No institution is perfect. No institution is perfect. And we should always strive for accountability and efficiency in how funds are used. However, it is absolutely crucial that we separate these administrative concerns from the core mission of scientific research. The mistakes, if any, made by university administrations should not be allowed to jeopardize the fundamental scientific research that benefits all of us. All right? The scientific research base of the United States of America, anchored by institutions like Harvard, is not a luxury. It is a strategic asset. That's right, I would call it a strategic asset. It was built over 80 years with a clear understanding of its importance to our prosperity and security. We do not have a plan B, people. We all know that. Even the government knows that. Politicians know that. That could quickly replace this interconnected system of research universities. To dismantle it or significantly weaken it, especially at a time when we face growing technological challenges from global competitors. It would be a monumental miscalculation. We must continue to invest in this vital foundation This means maintaining and strengthening federal funding for university research, ensuring that our scientists have the resources they need to make breakthroughs, and that our students have the opportunities to become the innovators of tomorrow. Our future depends on it. We all know that. Thank you for listening. Let's continue this conversation and work together to safeguard America's scientific leadership. My name, once again, is Rafael, your host and founder of the Moving On podcast show. I hope you have liked, understood this video, and I hope this serves a purpose. And now that you are kind of a little bit educated on this topic, do your homework. Thanks for watching.